Welcome to One in a Miller. Welcome back to the One in a Miller podcast. I'm Neosha.
I'm Justin.
And we're back yet again for some more wild and crazy Reddit stories.
All right.
Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Make sure you ring the notification bell as well so you always know when we post a video.
For sure.
Today's Reddit story theme is shameless neighbors, and I titled today's episode The Fence, the Grill, and the Audacity. Now, we've been very lucky to not have very bad neighbors. Like, our neighbors have been, for the most part, pretty good, but has there ever been a time where you had... I take that back. In my adult life, I've had good neighbors. Now, when I was in college, the Africans that lived up under me, Shane, if you're watching this, I'm still mad. Okay? But have you had any experience with, like, bad neighbors?
I don't think I've had, knock on wood, I haven't had bad neighbors at any point in life.
That's good. Even in college?
No, I didn't have
really?
bad neighbors. If anything, I probably wasn't a bad neighbor, but
I can see that.
I've never had bad neighbors.
All right, so first story. Neighbor, 40 female, keeps showing up unannounced to my 24 male house.
Maybe trying to get lucky. We don't know.
Let's
get
see.
into it, right?
I recently moved into a new house in a small gated community over the summer. This is the first time I've lived in a house since I was little. When I moved in, I received a lot of welcome gifts from my neighbors since it's a very tight-knit community. This is how I met most of my neighbors, including Dana and her husband. Dana is my next door neighbor. The first time we met, Dana came to my front door with her husband and 3 sons to introduce themselves. They brought me homemade cookies and a welcome gift. Her sons were really into dirt bikes and saw mine in the garage as I was moving in. I told them they could come over and check them out anytime they wanted. I was being nice. Dana never really said anything or gave out any red flags. The next week, I was at work and got a motion notification from one of my cameras. It was a video of Dana by herself looking into a window on the side of my house. I thought maybe she was checking to see if I was home and didn't think much of it. Then I get a text from her later that day asking me when I would be home since her sons wanted to come over and check out my bikes. I replied that I would be working late, and she responded that she would let her sons know. Nothing ever really happened for a few weeks. The second event was a Saturday night. She knocked on my front door and asked if I would like to come over for dinner. I didn't really have much going on, so I said sure. I go over to her house, and I'm expecting to see her family to be there. Nope, it was just her. She said that her family was visiting a family member. I didn't want to be rude, so I ended up staying. Dana
at her house?
At her house, yeah.
Oh, geez. Oh, he's saying like stay for dinner. I got you.
Stay for dinner, yeah.
I got you.
Dana is a big talker, so I barely got a word in that night. It felt strange, but it was just a conversation. I saw her husband Chris a few days later while checking the mail, and he asked me if I enjoyed Dana's cooking. I responded it was great, and I wish he could have made it. So I guess he knew about us having dinner and was fine with it. The third event was a few days ago. My camera caught Dana walking in my backyard by herself, looking in my shed. I confronted her on the phone, and she said she was just looking for a shovel. I informed her that my tools were in the garage and made sure to let her know I can see everything on my cameras. She apologized for not asking me before coming over. She later that day sent me a picture of my boat in my driveway, asking if I could take her out on it. I left her on red.
Absolutely not.
The latest event happened last night. I had my somewhat new girlfriend over at the house. We were grilling in the backyard, having a good time, when all of a sudden Dana shows up with her boys and literally self-invited her family to dinner. It was extremely awkward for everyone. I tried telling them that I didn't have enough for everyone. Dana claimed that her family wasn't that hungry. Dana didn't leave until my girlfriend left. I'm extremely confused if Dana is into me or just has no social awareness. The only thing that is keeping me from straight up confronting her is that we are neighbors and have to live next to each other. Her husband has been nice and doesn't give off any strange vibes. What do I tell her to leave me alone? Do I need to wait for her to do something again? Please help.
But it's hard to read. I mean, I really can't tell either. I think part of it is like intrusive, and with the intrusiveness, but also with the openness of her husband, it can be confusing because it's like mixed. It ain't mixed signals, but it's mixed signals. Like it's like you could misinterpret it like she into you, but then the other part of like going through your tools and looking at your house and stuff, and so that's the mixed signal. And so I really don't know either. As far as the story, don't really paint a clear picture.
Yes,
but I mean,
I just want
to because she give off like weird vibes, but like because like once you say, I feel like she took literally when you were like, y'all can come over and look at the dirt bikes anytime. It's like we can do anything.
Well, yes. And
so that's why I kind of take it as.
I feel like she just has no, like she doesn't understand boundaries. And I don't want to say like he hasn't said any because he clearly has. He's like, look, you're like, you can't come over. My girlfriend's here. We're having dinner. And she just kind of bombards her way and bulldozes her way through. And it's like, oh, that's fine. Like people like that, or just, I feel like the social awareness thing does like kind of come into play. And I would say that she was into him, but the fact that she's telling her husband everything makes me feel like maybe she's not, and she's just one of those.
That's what I said. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Intrusive neighbors. I don't know.
But then, like in his situation, I'm thinking like when I was younger. In his situation, it's also tough too because like you were talking about the boundaries. Like even if you said, all right, let's say he said when she invited him over for dinner, he was like, "Oh, I don't want that. Like, I'm not gonna come over there with your husband."
Right.
Well, because your husband knows that he kind of condoned it, he could take that like, "What you don't want my wife cooking?"
Right.
And so it's like weird. Now we get offended. It's all weird.
I don't know. That's a
tough spot. I really got a good answer.
I was about to say he's in a sticky situation. But his question is, what does he need to tell her to leave him alone? You're a guy. Come on, what would you say to
I don't really know. I mean, I feel like he already said it. I mean, it ain't nothing else to say.
Yeah.
You know, if you talk like, hey, I got cameras and, you know, I'm doing this and that third, like.
I think the only thing that he could do from here is like the next time he saw her face to face is just very clearly and very sternly, very directly say, like, hey, when I'm not at home, I don't want you coming into my space. And please send a text message before coming over.
Right.
And or don't come over unless invited.
But even when he at home, like with the cooking thing and her bringing her boys over there, like.
Right, but that goes into like, hey, don't come over unless
invited. Like I said, it's a weird.
Yeah. I don't think, but really from what she seems like, it doesn't matter what he says in any kind of way, she's gonna understand. All right, so here's some comments. This woman thinks she owns your house. I hate neighbors like this.
Right. It kind of sounds like it, for real.
Another comment says, yep, I don't think this is a crush at all. I think she's a bored, lonely neighbor who is nosy as all get out and doesn't understand boundaries.
Right.
And it's easy enough to set those politely but firm. Politely but firmly. I appreciate you welcoming me to the neighborhood, but I'm uncomfortable with you wandering on my property or coming over uninvited. I'm very busy in a new relationship, and honestly, I like my privacy. If you like to get together, I can try to make time, but only if you let me know in advance. I think that's a very good comment.
Right.
That's a very good response to this overly intrusive neighbor.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird situation.
All right. Well, there is an update. Wow. Wasn't expecting the original post to blow up the way it did. I would like to thank everyone for their advice. Turns out that the people who said she was into me were right. Dana texted me last Thursday, letting me know that her family was going out of town for the weekend. She said that she would be lonely and wanted to know if I'd keep her company. Said something like she's grateful to have such a young and strong woman. I said woman. Yeah. Strong man in her life, referring to me. I'm 90% sure that means she's into me. I politely declined by telling her that I would be with my girlfriend. Friday night, I'm chilling with my girlfriend at home, and Dana knocks on the door. I'm so thankful for my girlfriend because she let Dana have it.
Yeah.
We didn't hear anything from Dana the entire weekend. I guess now Dana is mad because she issued an HOA violation for my trash cans being in the wrong place.
Upside down action, pineapple action.
Also, the other night she was taking pictures of my girlfriend's car parked on the street for whatever reason.
Because that's wrong too.
Yesterday, I had a conversation with one of my neighbors who let me know that Dana and her husband are apparently in an open relationship. because her husband is bisexual.
And that makes sense.
Anyways, not really my problem, and I'll just deal with them as neighbors.
Yeah.
Ever since my girlfriend had that talk with her, she hasn't been on my property. Thanks again for the help.
And that makes sense, because, like, I don't know many men that'll be like, yo, go over there and eat with her.
You're right.
So, I mean, that makes
unless
sense.
he had, like, a chick on the side, which they're in a
even with that, you still wouldn't, for optics, wouldn't just say, like, yeah, go do it.
Yeah, shout out to the girlfriend, though, because wouldn't to me, I would have done the same thing. Like,
if he didn't have nobody, it would have been over it.
Yeah, it would have been. Mm-hmm. But the fact that now she's using her authority, is she the president or is she just a neighbor with the HOA?
Matter what she is.
But now I'm finna call the law. You go into jail because you were trying to, now because I'm not giving you what you want, now you're reporting me, and that's harassment. Like, you don't need to do that. Dana, just get over it.
That's a terrible situation anyway.
The young fella didn't want you.
I can imagine, like, if he did, just that being your neighbor's terrible.
Yeah,
that's a terrible situation.
That's awkward. Just leave him, Dana, girl. Just leave him alone.
Right? Don't. As old people say, don't crap where you sleep.
For sure. Well, this one comment says, I'd go to the HOA and threaten them with a sexual harassment suit if she keeps it up with the fines and pictures.
Right.
Yes, but make sure to frame it to the HOA as they are enabling her harassment. They are a vehicle for her harassment. They are making you feel attacked and harassed for not having intercourse with her. Right. You plan to hold them liable for it. Don't let them tell you it's between you and her. Tell them that if they continue, you'll be sending them a certified letter from with the same information so that you have it on record that you notify them of their role in harassing you. I definitely agree. And it sucks because you just moved into this neighborhood. You want to enjoy it. He's young, 24. I'm assuming he bought the house. That's such a big accomplishment. And you're just trying to have a good time.
Flip your end. Right. You got the
Well, there's no other updates outside of that. So hopefully the OP has figured it out and Dana has left him alone.
Look it. High and low.
Where he at? Where he at?
Gonna quench my thirst, young boy.
Am I the butthole for putting up a fence when my neighbors went away for the weekend? I used to put up fences for a living. My wife and I, both women, recently bought my aunt and uncle's old home. The house has a large back garden with a narrow path along the sides of the house that leads to a front garden. There's about 1/3 of the size of the back and is half grass and half paving stones. They have neighbors either side with the same setup. The house is number 85. There is no fence between 85 and 83. 83 has 3 kids under 10 years old. Mm-hmm. My back garden has a lot of space to run around, and as there is no fence and my cousins are similar ages to 83's kids, my aunt and uncle often let 83's kids come over and play with my cousins, and 83's kids have continued to use the garden after my aunt and uncle left.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I have nothing against kids, nor does my wife, but we have plans for the back garden. These include putting up a shed, maybe a few flowers, and we're starting the adoption process soon, so we want our kid to have a space to play outside. I went out and measured the property lines a couple weeks ago, and the husband of 83 came out and asked what I was doing. I explained about the fence, said I would pay for it, and put it up myself. Told him about my former job doing exactly this, and asked when would be best for me to do it. He said not to do it at all. I asked why. He said they have a baby and I can't be bashing about with hammers and just the like. I said I would try to keep it down, but I would like to do this. He then asked why I needed to because things are fine as it is. I said it's nothing personal, but I'm putting up a shed and I just don't want kids coming onto my property and getting hurt.
Right.
He then said I can't put up the shed for the same reason as the fence. And I could see we weren't getting anywhere and went back inside. Then Thursday night, I'm coming home from work and I see the dad loading bags into their car. Saturday morning, and the car is still gone, and has been since Thursday. I figured they've gone away for the weekend, and as the issue with me putting up the fence was the noise for the baby, now would be the time to do it. I bought the fence materials that day. I used wooden post panels and gravel to hold it in place. Whole thing was done by Sunday lunch. The fence posts are 1.8 meters and half of that is underground. These things aren't moving until the end of time. It's on my property and less than a meter tall, so I didn't need permission from council or 83. They got back Monday night, and this morning I've been woken up to knocking. The husband wants me to get rid of the fence. Said it's an eyesore and he's worried his kids will get injured on it. I tell him it's on my property and it's staying. He says he should have been consulted because it's surrounding his property and his wife hates it and thinks it's really ugly. Info. It's a picket fence made of pale wood. It looks clean, polished on both sides, but my side is the one with visible building markers. For example, there is a nail on my side of the fence. There is no such issue on his side, and I'm open to painting it. One more edit. In the nicest, most respectful way possible. I built fences as a routine part of my job nearly every day for the better part of 4 years and have a qualification specifically in putting up various types of fences. Please stop asking me if the fence looks good or suggesting other ways I could have put the fence up. I know what I'm doing. That, to me, I don't think you're the butthole because it's on your property. Like, you can do whatever you want to do with your property. And it seems like this family has become accustomed to the old way of living and how the aunt and uncle operated and did things. And change is hard and change is difficult for people to kind of adjust to. And it just seems like these people just didn't like the change. They like the idea of being able to have all this backyard and to be able to trample into other people's property without having anyone tell them no. But now that this person has come in and we're using boundaries again, has set up boundaries and a clear like indication, like, no, this is my spot. This is where we're going to convene, yada, yada, yada. And this is what I want to do. I don't think they're the butthole, but I can understand why the neighbors feel away.
Yeah, I feel like he was giving a bunch of lame excuses because it was just I didn't want to change. But I mean, personally, if that's something you want to do with your property, I can't really judge you in that or be the judge of what you do or what you got. Because I think, like you said, you already kind of made the point of, you know, you just get used to things one way, one direction, and when it changes from that, then it takes an adjustment period, just from everybody. And so, yeah, that's really all I got on that.
Right. But for them to feel so entitled that you can just tell somebody to take something down that's on their property is insane to me.
Yeah, I'll take it down. You pay me for it.
No, even if you pay me for it, if I want my stuff on my property,
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying if I was being reasonable and I said, yeah, I'll take it down if you give me replace all your materials. Because materials ain't cheap. That's like they're not. Thousands of dollars.
And from the sound of it, it's probably a big prop, what is it? Perimeter. Yeah. So. Well, this was posted 6 years ago. Wood was a lot cheaper back then, but you know, anybody doing anything with wood now, you know, those prices are very, very expensive. Yeah. Some comments here. Not the butthole. It's your property. You can do what you want with it. You were nice and waited until the baby would be gone for the weekend, so you didn't disturb anyone. My guess is they've had free reign of both yards and wanted to keep it that way, which isn't your problem. This person is a little bit more straightforward. My answer would be, I told you what I was going to do to be courteous, not to ask permission.
Right.
Nothing I do on my property concerns you. If you don't like it, move.
Exactly. I agree with that.
And that's the end of that. Am I the butthole for telling my neighbor I have no desire or obligation to babysit her children because I'm a stay-at-home mom? I will say, whenever I was finding stories, there were so many stories. I think we could do like a whole separate video of neighbors like getting into it because they wanted free childcare.
Yeah. I mean, and that's understandable.
I'm new to my area and I have made friends with a few neighbors through a mommy and me group. I have been in the group now a little over a month and I have a 9-week-old. I have a neighbor who is in the group and she asked me last week in an emergency if I could watch her 3 and 5-year-old. She looked desperate, so I agreed. I was like, well, it's just once. I am a full-time stay-at-home mom and enjoy all my time with my little one. The day I watched her children was hectic as all get out. My daughter was fussy and the children were very rambunctious, to say the least.
Rambunctious, I got you.
It's hard reading. These are hard words for Elmo.
You've been jacking them all night.
My mouth getting dry. It's just all of this. Rambunctious. And I'm trying not to let the southern twang slip out too. So it's a lot. My brain is processing. I was happy when she came and got them 6 hours later. She came to me today saying she needed me to watch the kids in the afternoons. I told her no. I'm not a full-time babysitter, and I have no desire to take that much time away from my own child and navigating life with my child and husband.
Right.
Her response was, well, it's not like I'm asking a lot. It's just the afternoons. I said, it may not be a lot to her, but it is a lot to me. My husband works from home and he needs the house quiet to work. And I'm a new mom and I'm not interested in taking on any other responsibilities other than what I have right now. She told me I was selfish. I told her she was entitled to think that I should help her just because I'm at home with my little one. Am I the butthole for being so forward? Edit. So she went on the group chat trying to disparage me, saying I'm selfish, blah, blah, blah. One of the moms asked her why she felt I had a responsibility as a stay at home mom to watch her children. Then another mom confessed and reminded her in the group chat that she tried that with her and was told that the stay at home moms in the group are not babysitters and she needs to make arrangements for childcare independent of the group. She attempted to double down. Then the moderator / creator of the group told her it would be best if she found another mom group to socialize with. Then she backtracked and apologized. I was separately contacted by the moderator and told that if she contacts me or another mom for this reason again, she would be expelled from the group. I want to thank all of you for your support and understanding my concerns. I'm navigating this and trying to figure out this new life. A year ago, I was a college student hanging out with my fiance, now husband, and now I'm a mom and a wife in a new part of the country. So it's a lot of adjusting. Thank you for your help. How dare you think that just because I stay at home, I'm going to watch your children? And did you even offer me pay? So not only do you want me to take away time from my child to watch your children, but you're also not going to reimburse me. And you know that I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't have any additional income coming in. So I have to take food from my kids' mouth. I have to take money out of my home to give to your kids because of what reason? Girl, you better go find you a babysitter. It ain't me. I don't blame her at all.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that the lady that's asking for the child care seems entitled because if a person had a baby 2 months ago, basically 9 weeks, so 2 months ago, and they're trying to adjust and they're new to the town and she only been in y'all group for a month, what you're trying to do is manipulate her or bully her into making a decision to keep your kids. And just because somebody stay at home regardless of where her husband work is not theirs. Like they have, like everybody has, like I'm using this situation, but in every situation, everybody has choices of what they want to do and don't want to do. And if somebody does something for you, then you chalk that up as a singular event out of the concert of their heart. Now, if she would have watched her kids, I mean, and I can only imagine watching the 3 and 5 with a 9-week-old is pretty insane because you still got to feed, take naps, and then your husband trying to work. So I mean, that's a lot happening.
Yeah.
But now she would have watched her kids and then said, well, you know, anytime you need some care, I'll do it. Then that's one thing. But if she just kind of had it as a one-off, then that's just what it is, a one-off. And I think it's very disingenuous to look at her anyway and say, well, not only am I'm feeling some type of way because you ain't watching, and they probably bad, watching my kids.
She said they were rambunctious.
Watching my kids, but I'm going to try to blast you and make you look bad in front of the group.
Right. So there you go to the Facebook group.
To me, that's not like a person you don't want to really be associated with anyway. No. And so, luckily, well, I ain't gonna say luckily, but it's a good situation that other people had your back in that. But I don't think you're wrong. And I think even with that, like I said, regardless of the situation, your responsibility is always to your family first. Exactly. And then everything outside of that. And so I don't think she's wrong.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, you want me to take from my family to give to yours. Like, that's just inconsiderate. Where's their dad? You know, and I hate
where's anybody?
Where's their family? You know, I need more about her situation so I don't come off as callous. But I'm just gonna assume like you may or may not have the option to.
You probably ran everybody else off because you sound crazy.
She sounds very crazy. And then also too, how long has this lady been her neighbor? I was trying to look and see if she ever said how long she
joined the group a month ago. So
it's been a month. So I don't even really know. How do you really trust somebody that you've only known for?
No, people that just drop their kids off like that. I mean, because again, I work in sports performance, so I know some parents that have dropped their kids off like that. When they drop them off like that and run, they don't care. They're just trying to get some free time. So you already know what it is. You know what you're dealing with. Right. So yeah, what it is.
That's crazy. But like I said, I don't think I think she handled herself very well.
Right. I mean, especially being a younger person.
Right. Because I don't think but you know they say having children changes you.
Yeah.
if you were timid, you kind of get that mama bear kind of thing, and you're able to speak out.
I did think she was too nice. I would have said no to the 3 to 6 hours. Like because and it's not even opening the door. It's just like, to me, I'm not that helpful. Like in certain situations, to me, in certain situations, like common sense. So you have to ask yourself, like, what am I exposing myself to? And if somebody asks you that within a month, like, I gotta just think it only go downhill from here.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said, like, I know I'm being funny about it, but you gotta ask yourself, like, what am I opening myself to, and then why? Mm-hmm. Beyond all of that, like, why? Because if somebody asks me, and I'm a man, 8 weeks. Well, I mean, we don't have kids yet, but I mean, my role ain't that huge at the beginning of child life. But if somebody asks me something just off the wall, like, hey, can we drop our 5, 7, and 9 kid off over there? No. Like, unless it's a Saturday, like 10 to 2 p.m., and even that's pushing it, it's not happening. Yeah. That just don't make sense. But I get you want to be overly nice.
And I understand, like, wanting to help somebody, but I feel like in that situation, personally, I would have said no. And I would have been very polite about it. Like, hey, I'm sorry that you're in this predicament, but I'm unable to help at this time. I have but
it's also like an awkward spot.
Hold on.
For you and your husband.
My husband works from home. He needs it very quiet. We can't bring in extra kids, and my daughters, I can't handle 3 kids right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's an awkward spot for you and your husband, because you said the woman looked desperate, going back to what the story said.
Yeah, I understand.
The lady looked desperate, and then you just moved there, and then you kind of like, I understand awkwardness, because I'm not great with awkwardness.
Homeless man on the side of the road that drives a Mercedes-Benz looks desperate.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you saying that from a perspective of the outside in. Looking from the inside out, you wouldn't say that.
Probably not.
You would be like, oh, this is awkward. And you would just say, of human nature, anybody would say, just being nice, like, okay, yeah, it's cool, I'll do it. Like, most people would, because when you don't know, you don't say yeah. Yeah. Like, if you have no context clues to go off of, you just looking at this woman, she look nice. Because all that you have as a human at that point, I've been knowing you a month or 2. All the context clues I can use, because I don't know any of your history really, is how you look and try to go off of it.
Yeah.
And so it started off innocent and went something else.
I understand what you're saying too. I mean, let me add another layer of how introverted I am. It goes back to another story that we talked about not too long ago. I wouldn't have answered the door.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's just me from the top. Like, if I see somebody like walking up and I see them and they're knocking and they got their kids, unless she's like crying and I feel like we need to call the police, I'm probably not gonna answer the door. And that's just to protect my peace. But I don't know. Like you said, she is in a funny situation. I do think she handled it very well. But that to me seems like, she for the first time you've ever watched her kids, it was for 6 hours. It's only going to be more time. 6 hours is going to turn into 10. It's going to turn into 12. Now you're looking at overnight. Right. Then you got them for a week, and now you got to call CPS because this woman is neglecting her children. So good for you for setting the boundary. How dare she report you to the group? Like, come on, girl. Anyways, here's some comments. Not the butthole. Everyone knows how expensive childcare is. She's just trying to take advantage of you and guilt trip you into babysitting. I would tell her I'd babysit for $50 an hour. See what her answer is then. Somebody said much higher.
Yeah, I mean, for 2 kids, like, you an afternoon,
and another person said prepaid per child. Right, you better, girl, collect that money up front.
I mean, because if you're going to actually watch your kids, the least you can do is give them some food money. Because, like she said, I'm taking everything from my house
and giving it to
you.
And
giving it and helping you out. And that's 2 miles. We only got 3. So essentially we got to feed 5 people per time.
Hey y'all, Neosha here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the One in a Miller podcast. If you haven't already, please drop down and hit that subscribe button. Also give us a big thumbs up and let us know what you think about this episode thus far. And I want to say this. I was editing this video and I felt it pertinent to give this announcement. I do know that the lights are not working in the video. As of now, you can see that we have our lights back on. And then also, too, we had some technical difficulties. So you'll hear some audio and there'll also be some visual changes in the rest of the episode from here moving forward. Y'all, we're a new podcast. We're trying to do the best we can with what we got. So please, please, please bear with us as we work out all the kinks. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And now let's get right back into the episode. All right, next story. My neighbor kept parking in my driveway, so I parked behind him and went out of town.
I've been there.
I was about to say, this sounds like something you would do. This was posted 2 months ago. My neighbors.
I never parked behind nobody. Out of town.
My neighbor's been parking in my driveway for months. I've asked him not a bunch of times, but he always goes, "It's just for a sec," and shrugs it off. Came home last Friday, and yup, there he was again. Only thing was, I was heading out of town for the weekend. So I pulled in behind him, locked up, grabbed my stuff, and left hours later. I had a bunch of missed calls and a text like, "Dude, what in the world?" But I didn't answer it. Hope he had a relaxing weekend to think things through. Tisk, tisk. I think that's funny and deservedly so.
I wonder, can you get it towed? Well, I guess because you're in somebody else's spot.
Yeah, the guy who owns the home could have gotten the other guy's car towed.
Yeah, but
the guy
can't.
Yeah, you can't. Or unless he lied, and then in that case,
with a dent in the side of that sucker.
Right. In that case, I would have
boom
had my lawyers present.
That's pretty crazy.
I think it's just crazy though how people are so entitled with other people's stuff, and I feel like that's a recurring theme throughout all these stories that we've read thus far. It's just people feeling entitled to somebody else's stuff. Like it's entitled.
Maybe that's just the way like some people grow up or something. I don't know.
If I tell you that your car's in my really where he messed up when he said just for a sec, I would have given him 5 minutes, and at that 5 minute mark, I would have called a tow.
Yeah, if it's like if you live in a house and you just for a sec me, I would have parked the two. And went in the house and said, and if it's just for a second, the keys in there, I would have moved it myself.
Yeah, true. Like, get your stuff off my property, or it's going to be the property of the state.
Right.
And that's all I have to say about that. Somebody said, text back. Hold on, I'll be just a minute.
Right.
Oh, Jesus, that's funny. I feel like that's the greatest way, the most civil way, and
that's pretty wild.
I bet you he won't park in there again. All right. You ready for the last story?
Absolutely.
My neighbor said my grill belongs to the community.
No, it don't.
I did this one on purpose. And I know you know exactly why. Alright, so I bought a new grill a few weeks ago. Nice one too. Cost me a chunk. Set it up in my backyard. Been using it maybe 3 times top. Today my neighbor from 2 houses down just walks into... Two.
Oh, it's over.
Just walks into my yard and starts wheeling it towards the sidewalk. I come out like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I figured it was for the community." Everyone shares stuff like this around here.
No, we don't. Not in my backyard, you don't.
I was stunned. I told him, "No, it's mine. I paid for it." He looked genuinely confused and goes, "Well, you left it outside. How were we supposed to know it wasn't for everyone? Mind you, it's on my property, behind my fence." How did you even know I had the grill?
Smell that food.
I ended up locking it in the shed, but now he's telling other neighbors that I'm selfish and not community-minded. I'm all for being neighborly, but I don't think that means people can just claim my stuff.
Oh, no.
Am I missing something here? Like, is this some weird, unwritten suburban rule? Because now a couple other neighbors are being weird to me, too.
No, he weird. And it must be like a green egg grill or something. Like,
Can you roll a green egg grill?
So, I don't think so. I mean,
I picture like a black stone. With the wheels.
But that ain't really nice enough for me to like. I don't know what their nice is. Yeah. I don't know what they consider nice. But to me, was it something else to that?
No, I just had comments.
Oh, okay. But to me, nah, you crazy. For one, for coming to my fence to get my grill rolling off.
That is theft. You go into jail.
Right. But to like assume that it's a community grill because you just that eager to use it is insane. Now, if you would have asked me, "Hey man, can I cook?" No, pause or whatever you say. Can I cook some of my meat on your grill? I would say, yeah, you know, I'm out there to monitor you.
Right.
Because from a person who's had a great grill stolen, what you probably gonna end up doing is, and I'm the same way. Like when I get a nice grill, I know how I like my grill, my setup, how I like to do it, how I like to clean it, how I like to. You put your cover on it.
And that makes me take care of it the way you do.
And you probably out there with, you don't care how your utensils hitting it. You just, you probably lighten it all kind of ways, and everybody's seen a community grill at your local park, or you just seen a community grill anywhere. You know how beat up they look. They get look bottom burnt out, looking disgusting, and everybody don't clean everybody don't clean the griddles the same. So you know, I don't blame. I probably would have rocked them, socked them as in, and said, "All right, I thought it was somebody trying to rob me."
Right. You better be happy I don't have a gun.
Right. Yo, the whole grill, you gotta be insane anyway to move a grill. I don't care where it's at, because grill, you move that big sucker, and you 2 houses down, you crazy. No,
you walked for a block.
What you doing? You playing crazy. you playing crazy because you want to try to make it. I don't care who don't like me, and I'm with him. For my grill, the whole neighborhood can hate me. So I mean, it is what it is. No, I don't play about no grill.
I knew you
because a grill. Like I'm saying, like I've had a nice. I'm talking about a nice one stolen from me, like heavy duty, cast iron grates, partly smoker, partly grill combo, and no, dude, you can't do that. Is you crazy? And he only played that. Oh, that's what we do over here because he got caught.
Right.
Because I'm sure other people don't share their stuff, and the people who agree with him only agree because they like it's funny or they want to use the grill too.
Or I feel like.
And who puts a grill up? Nobody puts a grill up. You set this outside and it sit there.
Right. And the fact that he has to now lock his belongings up. So
that's insane. Now I gotta move.
Now I'm uncomfortable in my place.
He ain't uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Steak.
Well, I understand what you're saying.
And that steak tastes better because y'all can't have none.
No, but what I'm saying is taking the extra step to put my grill up instead of just leaving it out and letting it do what it do. It's like now this is an inconvenience to me. No, I'm not gonna say uncomfortable, but now it's an inconvenience. Now I have to do something extra instead of just going inside.
He was living in a college town.
Well, he said a suburban area.
Yeah, it might be college. Because
I just don't
ain't no grown man in America take another grown man.
No, that's insane.
That's how cool we taking your guns and nobody's done real fast.
Right. I just don't understand at what point, which we're apartment living currently, but when we get into our house, right, I just don't foresee a space where I'm like, this is the community pot, and let's just put all of our stuff in and let everybody can use it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's the piece of me, like the only child, because I was the only child for like 11 years. Maybe that's like the selfish part of the only child syndrome that I have, where I'm like, I don't want to share with y'all like that. I don't mind letting you borrow things on occasion, but like a community, like a rotation of things, no.
Nah, you crazy for a grill. Ain't no grown man taking other grown man grill. That's being for real. Like, I've never heard a grown man say, I'm gonna go borrow this man's. I've heard it say, I'm gonna borrow his grill.
Right.
But anybody said, I'm gonna take this man's grill.
I'm not gonna knock on the door.
I already got my meat seasoned at my crib.
I just know I'm gonna char it, fry it, lay it to the side.
I got my stuff already ready. And no, cause and I know you ain't contributed to the charcoal fund, the gas fund, whatever kind he got. None of that.
My question is too.
The chips, none of that.
Like I said too, is have you ever shared anything with the community? Like, how long have you lived here, and have you witnessed the sharing?
About to share these hands. About to share them.
One of the comments says, "Nope, your neighbor is insane, and who knows what kind of BS he's told others about you." Right?
And he said, "I'm stealing this man's grill." He over here probably said, "Hey, I wanted something simple."
Right.
I went to borrow some tools. Right. I went to borrow some tools.
Start talking to the neighbors about what happened. Ask them if other people have experienced similar things. I doubt this neighbor is telling the full story. Likely that you told him he could borrow your new grill. He's likely leaving out the part where he just walked into your fenced yard and started walking away with the grill and didn't even ask.
Right, because, and I would say this too, hold on, I would say this real quick.
It's real.
Would be like, why don't you have a lock on your fence?
Huh?
Like, alright, so when I stayed in,
you're talking just like a latch lock.
No, yeah, I had a lock, like, I had a latch, but I also had, like, I put a lock on it. So people can walk in and out my yard like that.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why he wouldn't have a lock on his fence.
Well, he didn't have a reason to.
Yeah, instead of taking it all the way back to the shed and back.
You're skipping another option. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would be a lot easier. To finish this comment, don't be afraid of getting the bad guy in the neighbor's eyes. I doubt this is the first time he's done this. Sounds like he probably borrows other people's stuff, and they either don't notice or have wondered where those items ran off to. He sounds like a wanderer who just kind of like that's real from across.
And it just hit me, head, cause that's what crackheads do. I'm serious. People on
You sound like Judge Mathis.
People on, Hey, people on dope take big items. Like, I remember when I was little, and this dude, he was going around cutting grass with somebody else mowed.
Oh.
Like that. And he was on dope. That's the answer. I was over there trying to figure out who would do that. A dope fiend.
Either somebody who's on drugs or somebody who's very essential.
I don't know the right terms. I know dope fiend and...
We're not putting that in the video.
Crackheads. You can put dope fiend in them. That's dope. That's what that is. Because I'm like, who would... That's like somebody asking to borrow your stones that lead to the garden.
He didn't even ask.
Out the yard. You see me picking up big stones. I'm like, what's up my stones?
He didn't even ask to borrow it. So that's somebody walking to your stone and picking it up. You know what? It reminds me of Friday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Now you get it. But even with that, because the suburbs is probably upper echelon drugs. So we're gonna say the type, but somebody probably on a trip whenever you doing stuff like that. Like, let's be for real.
Have y'all seen SpongeBob where he was psychedelic?
Right.
That's what he's doing. He's psychedelic in that grill.
Because you got caught. And now I'm over there because I'm on the street with Fiend. And I got to lock my stuff up.
Oh, jeez. That's what I said.
And, you know, if everybody got a drug problem, I don't have no problem with you. You know what I'm saying? Get help.
Take my grip.
If you need, I like seriously, get help if you need it. But I stayed in neighborhoods like that. Like, I remember my bike being stolen when I was younger.
Yeah.
From a dude who stole my bike. Like, I was 6. Like a little bike. And riding. I mean, and then when you take somebody, this is the other layer to that. And I'm going to be through with it after this. But there's a second layer to that. Whenever you take somebody's stuff, alright, when you borrow somebody's stuff, like if somebody need to borrow more, borrow some tools, whatever, that's one thing. But like when you borrow stuff that's personal to somebody, borrowing is one thing. When you take it involuntarily, even when they get it back, it really don't have the same feeling.
Right. Because it's like the fact that you're able to just walk. Like, okay, like our cars have gotten broken into, right? And somebody took our chargers out of our cars.
And my headphones.
And your headphones, right. Y'all, somebody tried to steal my car. Like, took the thing out. You saw the cords, left the screwdriver. It's wild out here in these streets. Y'all be safe. That's a side note. But somebody stole our chargers out of our car. And I promise we don't live in the ghetto, y'all. So somebody stole our chargers, and after that, like, if they were to bring the chargers back, it's kind of like, I don't even want it.
Right.
Like, you could just get the charger. Because the fact you took it once is going to make me, like, I'm always on, like, pins and needles, and, like, it just, like you said, it just doesn't hold the same value at that time. But, you know, thankfully he stopped him at the door before he got too far with the grill, because you probably wouldn't have saw it again.
Right.
But.
Bro, well, they cooking meat. Go back there and see what they cooking up. There go your grill.
Right.
That's a sight.
A community barbecue in your grill. It's right there.
You over there eating your lip long, and you better still
I'm flipping all this up. Give me my stuff.
You better still on whoever got the grill.
Alright, but anyways, y'all, that is the end of today's video. That was a crazy bunch of Reddit stories I think we had for today.
Yeah, a lot of entitlement.
Yeah, but I don't know how my theme
and self-invitation
kind of doesn't match the title, but here we are. Y'all drop down in the comments and let us know which one of these stories you felt was the craziest. To me, I'm gonna say the grill, 100%. I think that's the craziest story.
The craziest one? No, that one looking in the window was craziest. The open relationship.
Oh,
story like two.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. No, I'm sticking behind mine. I think the grill was probably the craziest for me. Y'all drop down in the comments and let us know which story was the craziest for you guys. And while you're there, give us a big thumbs up. Also hit the red subscribe button. And that's all I have to say. We'll see you guys in the next one.